Okay, hello everybody. This here is Bomb 69 and I am coming to you from BMS 4.33.1. Today I am going to try to run everybody through using the G54 bombs. I'm using the Israel theater. We're going to run it on a tactical engagement. It's just a training that I did. I'm using the SUFA. That way I can pick all the bombs all at one time. And what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be attacking this radar station. And I'll show you the layout. So we're going to be using the GBU 54Bs. We have 8 of them total on station. What we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we're going to recon this. We have the radar station here, and we also have a textile factory. Now the textile factory is, if we zoom out here a little bit, maybe pull this down, the textile factory is actually over here. So what we're going to do is we are going to hit this radar station, and then we are going to hit the tanks that are over here. We may also hit another one here too. So see if we can zoom back in here again. Alright, so we're going to pick that would be the radar. Now what we are going to do is we're going to set this to 15, 16, 17, and 18. So 15 is going to be your radar. We're going to hit accept. We're going to go to 16, and we're going to hit this depot that's right here. So we're going to hit accept on that. Then we're going to come down here. Now there's the factory, but we're actually going to hit this storage tank, which is there. Sometimes it glitches out and jumps. We're going to set that as 17, and then for 18 we're going to hit this one here. Hit accept. Close out of that. Now this flight actually takes off at 8:30, so what we are going to do, when I first set this up, I didn't realize this was such a big mountain right here, because what we're actually going to be doing is we are going to be flying in low altitude. We're going to stay on the deck all the way across to here, and then just as we cross over this area here, we're going to turn into the target, and we're going to stay about 400 or 500 feet above ground. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop up. So I'm trying to show you how to do a pop-up attack using these GBU 54s. So we're going to pop up, we're going to release all 8 bombs, and then we're going to immediately egress back out. So I'm going to switch these around a little bit. I'm going to give myself about 25 nautical miles. I'm going to bring this one out here too. So we'll go to about right there. We'll bring this one down. Sorry if I sound like I have a cold, because I actually do have a cold, but alright. So we have that set. We're going to go ahead and take off. Now it might take me a second. I'll have to recalibrate my check IR as soon as we get in, I'm sure. Sometimes it seems to get a little weird. We're going to start from the taxiway. I still haven't got the ramp down yet, and I don't really think you guys want to go through a whole entire ramp start. Sooner or later I might actually get the ramp down, but for now we'll just start from the taxiway though. I am running an i3 processor, and I have 16 gigs of RAM now. I used to only have 6. I put 16 in.
Falcon 1-1, ready for departure.
I put 16 in, and it made all
Falcon 1-1, taxi, runway 14 right.
I'm going to scroll ourselves out a little bit. I can't stand to be that close. I do not know why, but for some reason they start us here, and they want us to go to 14 right, which is actually on the other side. So we have to cross over this one. Now, of course, I know there's no planes, but I'm still going to check just to make sure. Now, while we're taxiing, we can actually hit air to ground, and we can go to our GBU 54s and we can power those on, because they're going to take about 3 minutes to come up. It doesn't matter how long they're powered on for, they don't lose anything. So we'll get some other stuff set here. I like setting that to 30. Now here in a second, while I'm waiting for her to tell me that I can actually go out onto the runway, we will start setting up some other stuff. Probably take a little bit extra time just because I know that there's nobody coming. Okay, we're stopped. I'm going to throw on the parking brake. Now, what we're going to do is we need to set up those bombs. We have our bombs that are here. We need to set those bombs to the waypoints, or to the target waypoints that we had set up. The way we do that is we hit sequence. That brings up your list. In the Israeli jets, you don't use the list button that's up here. Actually, it doesn't say list, it says SAC. You're going to hit sequence. That brings up your list. Now we're looking for 0 for miscellaneous. We're going to hit 0, and then you have JDAMs, which is what those are. So we're going to hit 0 again for JDAMs. Now you've got all of your stations. So you have your different stations that are here. Now if you hit down, it will bring it to your first one. Now this is where you're going to put in your waypoints. So you're going to put in 15, 16, 17, and 18. Over here, the 45s, that is for when we pull up. That means that the bomb will pickle at 45 degrees up. We don't want to set that there. We want to bring that down to about 30, because we really don't want to go 10,000 feet up in the air before it pickles.
Falcon 1-1. Ben Gurion Tower. You are cleared for takeoff. Runway 14
right. The next
right.
one is for where you want the bomb to come in from. If you want it to come in from 270 degrees, 140 degrees, we're not going to be messing with that. This one here is not implemented. This next one that has all ones, that's how many bombs you want this particular target to hit. So we're going to set that. We're going to set each one of these to 2. We want 2 bombs to drop on each target that we have. So we're going to start off by, actually what we're going to do is we're going to sequence it over here. We're going to hit 30, enter. We're going to sequence 2 bombs, and target 15, enter. Then we're going to sequence down. We're going to say 30, enter. Sequence over. We're going to go 2, enter. And then we're going to say this is 16, enter. These are the waypoints again. We're going to sequence over. We're going to go 30, enter. We're going to say 2 bombs. This one is going to be 17, enter. And then we're going to sequence down and over and say 30, enter. 2 bombs, enter. And this one is going to be 18, enter. Now if you hit air to ground, you can see right here that ID 18 is the textile factory storage tank. So let's say you didn't want to throw 2 bombs on each one. Let's say it's a storage tank. You know you only really need 1 bomb. Well, then you know that this one is the storage tank, so you only have to put 1 bomb there. As you sequence up through these, it will change and tell you what the next one is. Like there's the depot and there's the radar. Now the thing is that if you were to leave this here like this and ripple all the bombs off, it will not sequence to, it won't back sequence. So it won't start off with 18 and then go 15, 16, 17. It will just do 18 and 18 only. As soon as you hit return, it changes it. See how it changed it to 15? So you must make sure that you hit return, or if you're going to leave it on that screen, which you could, then you just have to make sure that you actually put it back up to 15. Okay, but we're going to hit return for now. Now our bomb is ready, but like I said, it doesn't matter. You can keep it can stay on for the whole entire flight. So we're going to put this back to normal. We're going to kick off the parking brake, get out here onto the runway. Seems that she's not really screaming at me, but if we were in campaign right now, she would be screaming.
Falcon 1-1. Ben Gurion Tower. Expedite departure.
Now she is screaming at me. Alright, we're going to stop, and we're afterburner, start rolling, let off the brake, correct just a little bit. We're going to wait until our speed shows the speed, and then we're going to turn off the nose wheel steering and run her on down the freeway. I usually pull up about 180, somewhere in that area. I start rotating, rotate, get off the ground.
Falcon 1-1. Ben Gurion Tower. Resume on navigation.
Keep afterburner on until I get to 300 knots. Now I am going to stay low for this one though, since we are going to be doing a low egress. There are no, I didn't put any SAMs or anything in here, but this is why you would use this though, is if there were SAMs and you didn't want to be up in the air where they could pick you off. At that point you would actually, you know, just override all of these. That way you have no radar on. Stay a radar silent, and then you would fly nice and low to the ground. Now, one thing I noticed in this game is like right now it says I'm 240 feet above ground, which, I don't know, seems kind of high to me, but, and it doesn't change with the trees. But, like right now it says 140. Seems to me like I'm lower than that, but maybe it's just me. We're coming up on the next waypoint, so we're going to switch. Start heading out towards the sea. Now, I'm doing 490. You don't want to go much more than 570, I believe it is. You start getting up over 570 and you could cause a hung store. You'll hear the airframe start creaking. But as you get ready to do the pop-up, you'd really do want to be doing at least 530. That way it just gives you a lot more inertia as you're going up. So generally just before I get ready to do the pop-up, I try to get my speed up there around 530, 540 if I can get it. If I can't, it's not a huge deal. You're going to go into afterburner. The minute you go to pull up, you're going to put it into afterburner. One thing that a lot of people tend to do and don't really realize it is that when the pop-up cue comes up, they will jerk upwards on the stick. You don't want to do that. You want to do a nice, steady, even pull. I was having a lot of problems with pop-ups. Could never seem to get it to work right. Couldn't get the bombs to come off. It was driving me nuts. Then I started realizing that one, you don't go the minute the line comes down. You'll see where the line will come. The line will come down, and then a circle pops. You don't go the minute it pops. Wait just a few seconds, and then you start a nice steady pull up. And as soon as you get to whatever it was you set, 20, 25, 30, your bombs will start going off, as long as you have it nice and pickled. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be flying out past that water a little bit. The target itself is actually out over that direction. But like I said, that mountain range right there makes it really hard to do a pop-up. You have to get pretty high in order to clear those mountains. I just don't like it. I like to stay under 500 feet when I'm doing a pop-up attack. So we are five nautical miles outside of 5. This countryside is just pretty, sandy, but pretty. They've done a nice job with this Israeli theater. It's actually kind of nice to fly it, as opposed to the Korean. That's what I did all my learning on, was the Korean, but back in Falcon BMS 4.0. Then we went to 4.32. Then 4.33, and I loved 4.33. Now this waypoint should take us right over that mountain range right
Pull
there.
up, pull up, pull up,
Yeah, yeah,
pull up, pull up, pull up,
Not
pull
gonna hit
up,
the ground.
pull up.
Caution. Caution.
Looks like we have an avionics fault. I think that's because of the speed that I'm doing and the fact that I hold down so hard. See, that's why you don't want to go too fast. Should still be able to finish this out though. In reality though, you would scrub the mission at this point. Let's see what we have here. Let's go air to ground. Turn the... we seem to be okay, I guess. Start a steady little climb here so we can get up over this mountain. Probably could have flown over that way so then I wouldn't have to actually go up over the mountain. Would have been better. That way you're staying as low to the ground as you possibly can without popping up. Don't like being up around 1,000 feet. It's just not good. But we're going to be coming up on our... As soon as we clear this mountain range here is when we're going to actually switch to 7. So we'll go ahead and switch the steer point now. And then I'm going to start turning in. Alright. And there's our waypoint there. Kick the speed back up. We're going to go ahead and go air to ground. See that we are 24 nautical miles out. Not saying that we're low right now, but we should be okay. Do need to get that speed up there though. Stay right around 500. We've got about 2 minutes to go before the bombs will come off. Here's one thing I forgot to do. Because of the fact that we are telling it that we want all 8 bombs to go at one time, we need to switch this ripple. We need to make the ripple 8 bombs. Otherwise, it would have only done 1 bomb. And then I would have had to press it again. It would have done 1 bomb again. Now, we are actually going to be bombing here and bombing there. Doesn't really matter. We just need to keep it somewhat on the line. They are GPS enabled, so it's gonna throw the bombs to both locations. So I just fly to this one here. I'm gonna come up a little bit because I'm still getting that low signal. Haven't tried it with the low signal yet, but with that on the whole entire time, but I don't know. Alright, so my speed is 515, which is good. Like I said, as soon as we get ready to drop the bombs, I am going to end up putting afterburner on. You can see that we're 11 nautical miles out. I believe the bombs are we're at 23 seconds, so the fall line's going to start coming down. As I start seeing the fall line come down, I'm going to press and hold the pickle button without releasing it. Okay, here it comes. It's coming down. So I'm going to press and hold the pickle button. You're going to see the circle. I'm going to wait till it flashes. As soon as it flashes, afterburner, start pitching up.
GBU released. GBU released. GBU released. GBU released.
Chaff,
We are
flare, caution,
flare.
caution,
Those sounds are
chaff,
coming.
flare, pull up, pull up,
We're afterburner this whole time.
chaff, flare,
Keeping chaff flare going. Alright, now at this point I am going to hit shift 7 so that we can watch the bombs come in. just so that I can show you. Now right down there below the bomb, those are the first ones that should hit. So here pretty soon we should see them. Can't really see the bombs, but oh, there's one. The other one should hit. There's two. I believe we set two. There, those two go. And now these ones are on their way to here. So let's see, we're going to hit 3, shift 7, so that we can get to another bomb. That bomb hits. That bomb hits, and then a third one. Third and fourth bomb will hit. So, even though I did overstress my airframe and gave myself an avionics fault, I was still able to put the stores on. As you can see, all 8 bombs went without a problem. All I did was push and hold the pickle button, climbed up to 30. I don't think I got much more than about, probably 5,000 feet. And as soon as I got up to about 5,000 feet, all bombs had come off. I immediately pitched over, started hitting chafe flare, and started heading, egressing out, getting out as fast as I could. Now what we can do is we'll turn off air to ground, and we will head back over there and see what we can see. Hope this video helps some people. There isn't a whole lot of videos out there on how to use these. I'm going to do some more on the other ones, like the Delilah and the Spy, stuff like that. There is one gentleman out there that's doing a lot of videos for it, but the problem is that he doesn't speak English, so all of his videos are in another language, which I guess it does help just by watching him do it, but it's kind of hard to understand some of the things he's doing just because I don't speak the language that he does. So I figured I'd throw together an English one, see if it would help anybody. I am new to this, so please don't flame the hell out of me for it. I mean, this is my very first video ever, so I'm sure there's some things I could do better. I am going to have to see if I can figure out some way to edit out some stuff, because obviously you guys aren't going to want to see everything. You're not going to want to see the whole entire flight. And then again, maybe you guys will, I don't know, but I'm assuming you're not going to want to see the whole entire flight. So I have to see about editing. But as you can see, we were able to hit 2 different targets that were not that far away from each other, but they were far enough away as it was, and that is a complete destruction. And then fly over here. We could have actually hit more. I could have put one bomb on 8. I could have put one bomb on 8 different targets if I wanted to. I didn't have to put 2 bombs on each one. I could have just done all of these targets at one time. But we hit those 2. Woo, hello. Alright. So there you go. And I hope that helps everybody.